folks, this is Ray from DCRaymaker.com. Today I'm testing out the STAC trainer. Now this project launched this morning on Kickstarter, and what it is a totally silent trainer. It's literally actually called the STAC Zero. I assume zero for zero noise whatsoever. In this case, the way it works is it's got this magnetic ring down here that goes ahead and interacts with the metal on your wheel frame there, and it can provide resistance to about 2,000 watts. And in doing so, it's completely silent because the actual trainer never touches any part of the wheel of your bicycle. The only part of the trainer that touches your bike is just simply your standard release levers here to go ahead and keep the bike on the trainer itself. Now I'll kind of walk through how this works and what different pricing is, as well as let you listen to the actual sound itself. So the first thing here is that you've got these magnets down here. Now these magnets, as I mentioned before, go ahead and interact with the metal on your wheel frame. So if you have a carbon wheel, it's not going to work, unfortunately. You have to dig around your garage and find that old metal rim or wheel set there that will work with this trainer, so do keep that in mind. Next, you have these weights right here. These big bulky things, they're a couple kilos, so not very heavy, and they're easy to put on. I simply go ahead and take the first weight and put it on, and I use a small little thumb screw right there, and then I spin the wheel around, which will do it automatically because it's weighted, and then do it for the second one. The whole operation takes maybe 15 to 30 seconds once you get kind of the hang of it. It's very, very simple. Now, one thing I do want to mention before we go too much further is that this is a prototype. So it doesn't look super pretty. It's not sealed yet. There's not kind of a final sealing there that you'll see on our Kickstarter imagery, nor is there any sealing on this weight right there. So don't fret about that too much. I'm mostly looking at how well it functions, and so far so good. I've been using it now for about a month in training, mostly focused on shorter duration pieces, but also some trainer rides a little bit longer than that, and I've had zero problems with it for a prototype, which is pretty cool. So there are two different versions of the STAC trainer available today. One is at $3.99 and one is at $4.99. Now the good news is those are Canadian prices. So this is a Canadian-based company, and being that they're Canadian dollar prices, that means they're really cheap. That's because the Canadian dollar is like monopoly money right now or something. So in US dollars, it's basically $3.20 or $3.99 for the two different versions. The main and only difference between these versions is whether or not it has a small little power pod that you see right there. What that pod does is it broadcasts both an ANT+ as well as Bluetooth Smart, your power and speed. It does this by using a small arm right there. That then connects to this magnet right there. Every time it passes by there, it'll go ahead and give you your speed via ANT+ or Bluetooth Smart, and it'll also go ahead and allow you to get power as well on either of those two standard protocols. Now the pod itself in my version is connected via USB, so it's the prototype. In the final production versions, it'll be connected just simply using two batteries, AA batteries that are inside. They'll last a couple hundred hours before you have to replace them. So it's definitely a lot easier than having a power anywhere else. But again, in my case, it's just simply USB powered. So now let's go ahead and jump on and see and listen to the trainer itself. Now note when I jump on how loud the pedals clip in, because that's pretty much the loudest thing you're going to hear in this video. Okay, at this point I am pedaling, and as you can hear, it's virtually silent. The little beep from the Garmin was again louder than this. Now the unit supports, or can basically support, wattage up to about 2,000 watts. They haven't had a way to test that yet, but they're certainly well over 1,000 watts in their testing without any issues at all. The way to adjust the resistance capability is not through any electronic control. So unlike a kicker or a comfy trainer, you can't change the resistance via electronics. Instead, you have to do it via gear shifting like this. So kind of old school style, but again, at this price point, that's not too bad. You can also adjust the magnets themselves and bring them a little bit closer if you want to. Right now, they're about 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters away from the wheel, and that's providing, for me, plenty of resistance. So if we look right now, to go down. So I'm well over 220, 230, 230 watts just with nothing. Again, I can adjust them a little closer if I wanted to and get quite a bit more. I've done, I think, 400 or 500 watts so far on this in different training sessions without any problem at all. And again, it's rated up at 2,000 watts. So I'm going to let you listen for about 10 seconds just to hear what it sounds like. And go ahead and shift once. Now the only noise you hear, of course, is the drivetrain itself, and the loudness of your drivetrain is going to depend on how clean you keep your bike. In the case of this video, I of course went ahead and cleaned up my bike and made it as clean as possible. Not like bike mechanic clean, but like average Joe clean. I used a simple chain cleaner, some degreaser in there, and then I went ahead and put a little lubricant on the chain as well afterwards, just to get a little bit quieter sounding. I'd say it's about what I would expect for most people that clean their bikes every couple weeks. It took me maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes to do that. Now last but not least, the unit does fold up, so you can go ahead and simply take these two legs, fold them under, and even this can fold in as well, and you basically can slide under pretty much any object about yay high or so. So it's definitely fairly portable. It's also a little bit lighter than most of the trainers, like compared to a comfy trainer or kicker that are almost 50 pounds. This is a very light trainer, yet it's still pretty stable. So they're planning on shipping later on this fall in time for the North America and Northern Hemisphere trainer season. And I'm looking forward to giving it a shot once I get to that point in time, especially around the power accuracy piece. In my case, the pod here was damaged during shipping. It was a hand-built pod. They tried to get working at the last second for me, and it got damaged by my post office friends. So can't really validate the accuracy of the power meter. They're saying within plus or minus 2% based on the testing they've done thus far with the power tap hub on the wheel. So for now, we'll have to take the word on that, but I wouldn't expect too much of a shift there, hopefully by the time we get to production. So with that, go ahead and hit the like button down below, or subscribe for future videos, as well as click the link in the description there if you want more information on this trainer on my full post on the blog itself. Thanks for watching.